Howdy, lieutenants and economists.
The most volatile, evil, disgusting things on the planet, humans. If you have a video request, you can always go to assholeconsulting.com.
Yeah, I am gonna charge you, kids. And that is the importance of not fucking up.
You are such an asshole!
Dear Cappy, I've just turned 20 years old and I'm currently at a crossroads in my life. Back in 2016, I started my collegiate career at a local community college. And I had the bright idea to major in psychology because I really liked the AP Psych course I took back in high school. I realized psychology wasn't going to take me anywhere, so I made my second mistake when I switched to business for the spring semester with the idea that it would help me become an entrepreneur. After acing my business classes, I decided to transfer to a 4-year school for the fall. In the meantime, last summer I took the WAIS IQ test, that's the official one, administered by my therapist, and received a 130 to my surprise, along with a 134 on the Queendom test. I love it how all the detractors of my book, Curse of the High IQ, Queendom, you just take some test online. It's not just some test, it's like the longest running IQ test that was established online. If anything, might understate your IQ, because back in the olden days, not everyone had the internet. Only people in college and smarter groups did. Anyway, when I started my business classes in the fall, along with all the other bullshit prereqs they forced me to take, such as race in the ancient Mediterranean, I quickly realized that college wasn't necessary to become an entrepreneur. You are indeed smart. So I decided I was going to quit and start my own business. Now you're dumb. After I came home, I started a digital marketing agency for car dealerships back in February, but I haven't gotten any clients yet. This is making me want to change my niche to restaurants. I'm sorry, you're 20 years old. How many decades did you work in car dealerships? How many years did you work in the restaurant? Oh, 0. You'll see my point later. Change my niche to restaurants instead, as they seem an easier approach and close. Along with that, I'm thinking of getting a part-time job somewhere, such as a security job or cashier position. I'd go security, not cashier. You got to deal with tills and ins and outs, and you got to look at the cash, and you got to do things and talk to people, which I've already done before at a supermarket. However, I was also thinking I could become a software engineer if I went back to school or took a programming boot camp. I'm just confused about what I should do and wanted some advice from the number one asshole himself. Ultimately, I want a way I can have enough money coming in each month so I can move out of my parents' house and move to Las Vegas or the Phoenix area. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks. I will mention your name. All right, look. You are smart, and you're doing, but like every dude, bro, I'd say 35 and under, I'm going to start a business. I'm going to start a woman entrepreneur. No, you're not. No, you're not. And the reason why is that you have no expertise or skills in anything. At all. Anything. Which is why I'm really curious how you decided it was going to be car dealerships or restaurants. Why not kitten boutiques? Most of them. Most entrepreneurs are not the Bill Gateses of the world or the Mark Zuckerbergs of the world, where they drop out of college and start a business. And even these guys had something that the vast majority of entrepreneurs do. The vast majority of entrepreneurs have some kind of expertise or career already established. They are not barely got pubes 20-year-old kids. I'm going to start a business. You simply wanting to start a business and being an entrepreneur does not make it so. You need to offer something not only of value to society, but something that doesn't exist, people don't know they need or want, and is either being offered already, but you can do it better. All right? And the best way to find these opportunities and to hit a home run is to go out and work a real fucking job like the rest of us, preferably in a highly paid field, in particular when it comes to entrepreneurship, if you want to start a business, in fields that are cutting edge. This is why, surprise, surprise, the majority of the entrepreneurs and this and that and new businesses come in the world of STEM. I laughed my fucking ass off. And I'll explain Minnesota. Let me explain Minnesota. Predominantly farming community, state, some iron mining up north, but every 20 to 30 miles there's a town on any major county road. And the reason this formed is because that was about the ideal place. That's one where the railroad went through. But that's about enough farmers in the olden days that you'd need a town with a mercantile store and maybe a bar and whatever else. And you go next 30 miles over another town, next 30 miles over another town. And this goes on all the way until you hit the fucking Rockies. And now that farming become more efficient and all that, you get Walmarts, you get these regional towns, these small little towns die out. And so what did the local dipshit fucking entrepreneurs, if you could call them that, decide? We're going to start a coffee shop. I'm going to start a trinket store. And it's always, not always, I can't say that. It's mostly women. I'm going to start a pet care store. I'm going to do a hair salon. I'm going to do a coffee shop. Although that's typically younger kids who never want to go to the city and do something better with them. Oh man, let's do a coffee shop, man. And almost every year I drive through these towns along my way out to the west. That coffee store is busted up. This one, Tilly Magoo's hair salon has gone in and out of business because it's not new. And these people are lazy. They thought, I'll just start a business. Oh my goodness. In banking, we called it COMA money, Khoma, keep her off my ass money. And what that was is we had all these loans, predominantly women, where the husband was making buku when he was a doctor or a true entrepreneur or whatever. And you could just tell, he's like, wife, here's $100,000. Go open up a goddamn trinket store and get the fuck out of my office. That's what it was. Keep her off her ass money. So none of these things make it because they don't want to work hard. And that's kind of what you're doing right now. You don't want to put in the dues of getting a career, getting a real degree in a real field, going out there and looking under the hood and understanding. I'm not saying you understand all the economy. You got to understand one niche of it. Like, I came up, let me give you an example. All right. I have many failed business ventures, but at least I had the expertise. I came up with an idea called independent analytics. And what I realized is that the banking world, you had large banks and you had small little community banks. And the small little community banks were horrendously slow, horrendously inept, and just headed up by the dumbest people ever. I'm not saying it because I don't like them. I'm saying it because I don't like them, and they're the dumbest people ever. And I realized being the credit analyst at some of these banks, like, God almighty, they don't got enough to, they don't even automate their underwriting. They don't use technology. I'm like, I could do all their underwriting in about an hour a day, but they're paying me for 8. So I thought, well, what I'll do is I'll come up with independent analytics, and you can outsource your underwriting to me. And you will pay me more I will get a lot of work done faster, and reports would be standardized. It's going to cost you less. I'm going to make, God, I had estimates, conservative estimates at like $250,000 a year. And it was a great idea because no one offered it before. Well, you can still have a great idea, but it failed because, again, small community banks are dipshits. And it's not because we don't. Just look at what happened to them when they rejected independent analytics. They all need to get bailed out by the taxpayer. And trust you me, I'm an outstanding analyst. Anyway, the point is that I worked in the industry about 12 years before I came up with that idea. And I knew, hey, there's this market, here's how it works. And even then, it didn't work. Because of, you could say, what, cultural or psychological traits of the industry. You, Mr. Dipshit, who just grew your first pube, last week. Well, I'm going to start the call. Really? Really? Quit your fucking bitching and whining here. Get your ass into a STEM field. Learn program. I like your programming, your boot camp idea. That'll give you an idea. And perfect example, you can start programming apps. You'll be sitting there, and the girl will say, I'm a feminist. But I still like I'm a traditional feminist. I like it when the men pays, because I kind of want to, and then you could come up with the traditional feminist app, and it will allow them to offer the man tokens, digital tokens, and then we could monetize it with blockchain technology or whatever standard bullshit. You're the IT guy, you're a programmer, you figure it out. Whatever. There will become an opportunity where, like, we should have birds and we'll fling them into pig buildings and oh my God, you make billions. That is how you come up and you become a successful entrepreneur. You are right. It is bullshit to study entrepreneurship. All you need to know is accounting. That's really it. You need to know about that much accounting. When you need to know that much more, you talk to my buddy Chad Elkins. In the meantime, you need to get your ass into a field, understand that field, work in it for at minimum 5 years. And then you go and you will see, aha, there's an opportunity nobody else in this field has recognized. And then you start your business idea. Right? You say, what about Bill Gates? Bill Gates is a freakish genius that had an inordinate amount of help from his father, not in terms of money, but in terms of getting him involved in understanding computers as they were coming out. He was an extreme hobbyist who became the foremost expert in his field. That's another way to become a great entrepreneur. Get into a field before it even starts. Like asshole consulting, like mining truth, spewing truths. No one does it. No one does it. So that's it. That's what I recommend you do. Now, you might come up with a crazy idea. Who knew this podcasting thing would go somewhere? Who knew YouTube was, all right? The environment will change. But in the meantime, you're not going to be one of these dipshit, oh, dude, bro, I'm going to buy a sports bar. But it's going to be a cool sports bar. We're going to have putting in the background. Yeah, man. Oh, yeah. We're going to put up bigger screens, and our wings will have extra sauce. Oh, holy shit, look out, here comes Jack fucking Welch. All right, that's it. That's how you become an entrepreneur. We'll talk to you later. Toodles.